those things that I thought were cute about him when he was my college sweetheart are now the things that drive me nuts. Anybody else notice that? Those of you who are married? When my husband and I were dating in college, I loved the fact that he was laid back. He was agreeable, go with the flow, Todd Ehman. Hey, where do you want to go to dinner? I don't care, you pick. I loved that setup. But about 3 months into our marriage, I started to wonder, is he ever gonna make a decision? It came out as passivity and indecisiveness. I hated it. It was so passive. Come on, just make a decision already. He was so passive, and it made me aggressive. I guess you could say we kind of have a passive-aggressive marriage. But my husband, if you were to ask him, he would say that the thing that most attracted him to me when we were first in college was the way I could talk. He said, I loved how you could talk. You could work a room, make everybody feel included, bring the shy ones out of their shell. You could talk to anybody. And then he said, about 3 days into our honeymoon, he had this thought: when is she ever going to shut up? In fact, he told me not too long ago that he has decided, if I go before he does, what he's going to put on my tombstone. A period. She's finally done talking. Now, I don't think that there's anybody I actually know in my life that I wish I had do-overs with. I'm not going to go looking up some old flame on the internet. But if I'm honest with you ladies, there are times that my line of thinking goes like this. If only I had been patient and waited a little bit longer before marrying my college sweetheart straight out of the chutes 3 weeks after graduation, I'm sure God would have brought me along the perfect man. And I know just what he would have been like. He would have had the brains and the money of Bill Gates. The genuine compassion and contagious enthusiasm of Ty Pennington. You know that guy in that makeover show? He's so excited and so compassionate. Certainly, he would have had the courage and quick thinking of Jack Bauer from 24, right? Get us out of any jam with just a paperclip, right? Certainly, he would have had the romantic singing voice of Josh Groban. But best of all, ladies, he would have been the spiritual equivalent of Billy Graham. All wrapped up in George Clooney's body. Right? Okay, not talking about his political views, just his body. Is that not a man? Now, that description of the perfect husband, it's a very selfish one because it's made up of all the things I want, right? I want a man who has lots of money so he can provide for my needs and my wants. I want a man who has spiritual leadership so we won't mess up in our finances or raising our kids. I want a man who emotionally connects with me and gives me a, oh, poor baby, and a, you go, girl, just like my best friend would do, right? I even want a guy that has good looks. That's selfish. I want someone who's easy on the eyes. Although that flies in the face of what we've taught our children. We've taught our 3 children, as my friend Debbie tells her kids, kids, when you pick a spouse, don't think about looks because we are all headed toward ugly.